Let me get TikTok started. I'm not saying I'm staying on long, but I am really curious about the movement of this stratotanker right now. Because it usually goes across and then it goes back to Qatar. But it's not doing that. It's heading northern. Well, it's actually heading north. Could this be refueling something? I don't know. Why would they do it during the day? Doesn't make sense to me. They could just be doing some trials. I think something's coming in the next day or two. I really do. I mean, the president reiterated it. I honestly think something's coming. And was weird before I came on. Like I said, this left Qatar. It usually goes across and it'll maybe disappear or it'll come back to Qatar. But it's heading north into Iraq, central. Well, western central. And this is curious. I also saw about 10 minutes ago an Iranian plane, passenger plane, taking off, destination unknown, and as soon as it took off, it disappeared. They turned their transponder off. This one, I think, just landed. Here's another one. This is supposed to leave going to another unknown destination. What's this one coming from? This one's heading to Tehran from Mashhad. There is a lot of movement going out of Iran. Could this be their fleeing? Where are they heading? I think a lot of them are trying to get into France. So I've been watching a lot of coverage of Tousi and Goldie. I mean, like 12 hours because I'm sick and I was in bed and I was watching Tousi and Goldie. And Armin with Goldie. They did 2 12-hour streams and they are doing tremendous work. Demand the arrest of the so-called Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei now. Okay. And it's funny because I was sending her so many videos via sharing the post off of X. To the point when I was in her chat, I said, I'm sorry, I'm driving you crazy. My apologies. But I'm trying to keep them informed of what the heck is going on. And it was a collaborative effort. Because I was seeing a lot of stuff on X just coming out, breaking one after the other. And thanks to Elon Musk providing the Starlink to the Iranian people. I sent her my song that I wrote in Persian and in English. But see, look, they disappeared. The plane disappeared. It was leaving Tehran, going who knows where. That's the second one in the last 15 minutes. They're bailing out. And I read that a lot of them are trying to go into France. Getting visas to go into France. But this... And there was a warning by the police command that at 6 a.m. local time, which God forbid has already happened, if there were people still on the street in Iran at 6 a.m., and I'm on TikTok, so I gotta be careful, they would be shot. Simple as that. But look at this strata tanker. It's heading north. That's not the usual pattern because I've been watching them the last few days. A lot of C-17s coming into Qatar or Qatar. Who knows? There might be one floating around right now. No. A lot of activity going on in Qatar. And I've seen in the last few days these Stratocasters flying around. I'm feeling a little better, but not there. Like I said, I've been watching Goldie and Armin and Tousi all day from bed. And I had to work, so that's why I'm up. But look at this strata tanker. That's a refueler. It's in the air. And like I said, I've been watching these. A lot of the times I see them turn their transponders off here. This one's keeping it on. Could this just be so they could see it? Like, we're here. I honestly think that the president has to do something in the next day or two. This cannot wait. I can't imagine, and I've seen videos coming out of Iran that are too graphic to show. Information that I was seeing that I was resharing on Goldie's X was that there were in 6 hospitals in Tehran, there were over 217 people unalived. But those, you can't really trust those reports because they're not confirmed and verified. But that's what I've seen that a few times. And there were so many people out last night in Iran. It was everywhere. It was everywhere. You should have seen the footage. Go on X, look at it all. It was unbelievable. And I just hope that I didn't make Goldie go crazy because I kept sending her post after post after post. I don't know if it's even on her channel. All the posts I was sending her. I should check X just to see if they show up on her channel. I was going nuts today. And Armin, because they both see it. Here's the thing that gets me a little weird. It's funny how people that are members of Super Chats get preferential treatment. And here I am, the one that's providing a lot of information. Because I'm not a member. And I'm not going to do a Super Chat so you could see my question or comment on it. It should be fair and balanced for everyone. Everyone's comment is important, whether you pay, or not. It's just my perspective. Let me see. Let me check her channel. Should come right up. Yeah, right here. I'm following her. Yeah, I don't think it works that way. This is 45 minutes ago. This was earlier. And I don't know if she shared any of them. No, wait. That was 5 hours ago. Shit, I was there all day. So no, I don't see them. There were so many. Oh, I think it's gonna be a really crazy news weekend. They're on Twitter, they're everywhere. These videos are everywhere. I didn't even do the Tube of the U pop-ups yet. All I'm looking at is on you guys on TikTok. Let me do that now. I see Caesar in there. But here's the thing. I demand the arrest of the so-called Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khomeini now. I would say this to that. It should be determined by the Iranian people. Don't let him escape. He should be held and justice should be served by the Iranian people. Do not go in and get him and grab him. This is not like a Maduro situation. No. Let the Iranian people deal with this as they deserve to. That's my opinion. Let them decide the justice and the fate and a trial if that's what they decide. That would be my own personal opinion on that. But it really is up to the Iranian people. What's up, Bob? All right, where am I? I'm on... Which channel am I? Oh my gosh. All right, so we have that one. I don't even know what the heck I'm doing right now. View your channel. I have a lot of those on TikTok. Just give me a second as I sort this out. But that is strange that a Stratocaster, I was going to say, I keep thinking of the guitar. A Stratotanker is heading north. That has not been the flight route, the pattern that it's been doing the last few days. It's been going out of Qatar, going west, and then it would either disappear or it would come back and circle back. I mean, this is a little interesting what's going on right now. And there's a base here that the UK uses. And I think it's right there. So I've been keeping a RAF, there it is. I've been keeping an eye on that too. Not that they're going to get involved, because I don't think they would. I honestly don't think Israel's going to get involved either. I think this is the U.S., the president, doing it. Because the last thing you need is Israel to be involved, because Iran is going to try to rally its people to say, oh, Israel is attacking us, the Zionist regime. Leave them out of this. Leave Israel out of this. Let the president handle this. That would be my personal opinion on this. But the two channels I highly recommend if you're interested in this is Tousi TV on the Tube of the U. Tousi, Tousi TV. He comes on, does a stream of about 50 minutes, then he rests and he comes back 4 hours. But Goldie and Armin, just look up Goldie, Gold IE, Goldie, Iran on Tube of the U, and you'll find her channel. Like I said, her and Armin, they're both Iranian. You like him? You like Tousi? Well, you should go check out Goldie and Armin. Check out Goldie. They were talking about, I was relaying messages to Tousi's chat. She would like to talk to you. I'm going back and forth. It was crazy. I was on both channels, and I'm trying to communicate the messaging. She's telling, because he's saying, I've been trying to DM her, and she don't respond. She's like, what? Tell him that I don't know how to contact him. Contact me. I was going back and forth. I was like going crazy. I'm watching this tanker. But do you know about Goldie? I'll show you. Let's go to YouTube. I'm following her, so, and Tousi, of course. I highly recommend. Tomorrow's going to be just as crazy as today. There's Tousi. You know about that, which is awesome. And here's Goldie. There. The Goldie Show. Just look that up. Goldie Ghamari. She's awesome. Look how long their streams were the last few days. Well, she had to cut them because that's true. The Tube of the U lags. So that's 12 hours. And this is cray hours. It was like, yeah, that was 12. That was 12 and this was 12. 11 today. That was crazy. And I watched the whole thing as much as I could because I was in bed. Then I had to work. But wow. Two great channels. Matt, please not now. Please. Please, gosh, don't. Please, don't. What is it, Mom? Mom, I'm live streaming. What is it? It's not about anybody. I'm live. Oh my gosh, she brings up other people. What is it? Just tell me I'm live. Okay. So you got it masked in a can? But this has my curiosity because this is that Stratotanker. That's a refueler. And look where it's heading. Where the heck is that going? Tell me that this is going to go like this and come back down and head back. Like it's refueling something going in. That's why I'm watching the airspace here. So far, there's a lot of aircraft out there. There have been some flights going out of Tehran, destination unknown, and as soon as they take off, they're shutting their transponders off. I think they're fleeing. I'm not saying the supreme leader's gone yet. I'm saying there could be people within the Iranian government that are fleeing. The parliament members, I think some of them are getting the hell out. I cannot. Oh, there goes the bye-bye to the United States tanker. It just went off. It just disappeared. It turned its transponder off. So if you're the Iranians, you just seen that happen because, they watch this stuff. And we're using Flight Tracker. Is something going to happen? They just shut their transponder off. A refueler right here. Just shut it off. Now, you could speculate. Is something going on? Like they would. Is something about to happen? Is this just some psyop bluff to get in our heads? I mean, that's the first time, because I've been monitoring this, that's the first time I saw a Stratotanker heading north into central Iraq, and then it disappeared. That is definitely getting into their head. You heard some that going to France? I saw that too. I saw an Iranian parliament member was trying to get a visa to France. I'm on TikTok, of course, so I got to be a little careful on content. It's kind of a little bit unfortunate because there is so much stuff going on. You should have seen all the fires in so many places in Iran. I mean, I'll just say straight. A mosque was on fire because I think they were hiding in the mosque. There was so much things going on. So much. And I wrote a song. I sent it to Goldie, dedicated to the Iranian people, both in Persian and English. I am 100% in support of the Iranian people. 100%. What's up, Toxic? So, like I said, we just had a tanker, a Stratotanker, disappear right here just now, 3 minutes ago. It was coming out of Qatar and it was heading north. And it just disappeared literally 3-4 minutes ago. But I've also been watching, because I've been hearing the reports of people fleeing Tehran. There were 2 in the last 20 minutes that they were departing Tehran with the NA, destination unknown. As soon as they took off, they turned off their transponders as to not be tracked where they're going immediately. So there's some interesting things going on here. That's Istanbul. What is that? I don't know what the hell that is. Moscow. What is this? All right, so this one is also, because there was a lot going on in Mashhad. Are they fleeing Mashhad to go to Tehran and then flee from there? I don't know. There's been a lot of that going on too. So I'm keeping an eye on this. Now, strategically, it makes no sense to go in while daylight is approaching. It makes no... actually, it's there. Here's the line. So it's already daylight. I don't think we do anything in the daylight, but then again, that would be really a brash move. I mean, like... But I don't think so. I think if anything's going to happen, it's going to happen tonight, local time in Iran. And it's 8 hours ahead. So it's 11:30 here. What time would that be? 7:30. Alexa, what time is it in Tehran, Iran right now? 7:30 a.m. ish.
It's 7:58 a.m. in Tehran,
Wow, it's
Iran
8,
right now.
8. Ma, please. What? I'm live. What?
Do you know that Mike Seal has cancer?
I told you that.
He told me.
Okay. Let me. I'm live. We'll talk about that. That's private. I don't want his private business on.
This is the way Billy treats me.
I'm live. What do you mean this is the way Billy treats me?
Look how loud you're talking.
Because I don't want you to talk private business.
What?
Mike's business.
No, Mike told me too.
I understand.
Mike's business. Mike's the same.
She's bugged out. My mother can be really bugged out. We can hear her conversation, and I don't want her to talk anything about anybody else's private business that could be heard. Period. Anyway. And hello to all those on TikTok. So that was really strange what just happened. Something might be going on, but it could just be a little psyop going on, getting their heads. That was not there. What is this? All right, so this one's now leaving. I bet you, well, that one might be just an ordinary passenger plane, but it looks like they're getting the heck out of Dodge. Yeah, this one's taken off. It'd be interesting to, they're not going to turn the transponder off on this one because it has a destination. I wouldn't think. But keep an eye. I think it would happen. It's, oh, Jesus, here we go again. It's 8 a.m. right now in Tehran. So who knows? It might wait till tonight, I would think. So when we wake up tomorrow, who knows what's going to happen. But I think the president is going to act to support. I think the president is going to act to support the people of Iran. That's my own personal opinion. He said it again tonight. And he made it clear. He said, not about boots on the ground, but we will hit them very hard. It'll be very bad for them. He reiterated that tonight. What's up, Dusty? So I think, obviously, under daytime hours, it won't happen. If it did, I'd be shocked. And it's 8 a.m. right now in Tehran. I think this is going to pop off tomorrow night. Tonight for them, tomorrow it would be our afternoon. So say noon Eastern is 8:30, I believe. It's 8.5 hours ahead. 8:30 p.m. in Tehran. So by noon, maybe 1, 2 in the afternoon, we might hear something popping off in Iran. I'm just saying. I'm not convinced that it is, but it could. Because we have to go in and help those people. We don't even know how many people may have been massacred in the last 2 nights on the crackdowns by the regime of the Iranian people. We don't even know. I'm hearing all kinds of reports. Like on X, I seen reports coming out of Tehran that over 200 people unalived. That's horrific. And that's just in Tehran. Imagine across the country. Let's see. Let's see if Reza put anything out lately. It was like 5-6 hours ago. Yeah, it was 9 hours ago. And he did address the president of the United States too. So 13 hours ago, I'm going to read it. This is what he wrote. Matter of fact, I'll share it on the screen. This is what he wrote earlier today. Mr. President, this is an urgent and immediate call for your attention, support, and action. Last night you saw the millions of brave Iranians in the streets facing down live bullets. Today they are facing not just bullets, but a total communications blackout. No internet, no landlines. Ali Khamenei, fearing the end of his criminal regime at the hands of the people, and with the help of your powerful promise to support the protests, has threatened the people on the streets with a brutal crackdown, which is true. And he wants to use this blackout to murder those young heroes. I've called the people to the streets to fight for their freedom and to overwhelm the security forces with sheer numbers. Last night they did that. Your threat to this criminal regime has also kept the regime's thugs at bay. But time is of the essence. The people will be on the streets again in an hour, and I'm asking for your help, which they were last night, local time. You are proven, and I know you are a man of peace and a man of your word. Please be prepared to intervene to help the people of Iran. So, this was the crown prince in exile. Something might be popping off because the word I'm hearing coming out is bad. It's not good. I just wanted to put that on the screen because I've been paying attention to him. There's been incredible information coming out. I want to show you some of the videos, but I don't want to get in trouble. Like I said, I was going cray-cray with Goldie today. Which I should go to her channel. Okay, let's put latest. Let's see what the latest is going on. And you know, sometimes people just make stupid comments. And I'm not talking here right now, what's going on here. I'm looking at X, what people write. You know, it's offensive. All right, so I'm gonna play this clip. I think it's important because this is what the president said earlier tonight. And I want to hear it again.
Looks to me that the people are taking over certain cities that nobody thought were really possible just a few weeks ago. We're watching the situation very carefully. I've made the statement very strongly that if they start killing people like they have in the past, we will get involved. We'll be hitting them very hard where it hurts. And that doesn't mean boots on the ground, but it means hitting them very, very hard where it hurts. So we don't want that to happen. There have been cases like this where President Obama totally backed down. But this is something pretty incredible that's happening in Iran. It's an amazing thing to watch. They've done a bad job. They've treated their people very badly, and now they're being paid back. So let's see what happens. We're watching it. We're watching it very closely.
Oh, he is definitely watching this very closely. And I always say this, and it's not a political thing, but people will make it political. If the president assists the people of Iran, and believe me, they are writing on the walls, they are pleading to the president to help them because they know of his promise to help. If by some, I mean, I hope it happens. I personally do. And the regime falls. But you got to take out the IRGC because you don't want to militarize Iran. Just because the supreme leader is gone and some of his henchmen, the IRGC is the one you really got to be worried about. Because it could just become a militarized state. You have to hit them. You got to hurt them. You got to take them out. That's the only way the Iranian people are going to achieve their goal of freedom, democracy. Because the IRGC could turn around and make it a militarized state, Islamic state. So if I were the president, I'm going to hit the IRG bases, installations. I'm going to put a paint on them. I would, It would be like the president said. They'll hurt really bad. I would go after them. But Israel needs to not get involved. I personally think that the president has to do this unilaterally. I do. Because that's what they would want. They would want to say, Israel, the Zionist regime, is attacking us, along with the USA. That's what they would like to do to distract and to put the focus of the attention on that so that the people might slow down protesting. I don't think so, because the people know that the president is coming to help them. That's not going to work. They're hoping that the president interjects. It's not going to work this time. They could try to spin it that way if they're desperate. The one thing we have to worry about too is, are they desperate to the point where they would launch against Israel? I don't know. I would hope not. I hope they're not that stupid. But when you're desperate, anything is possible. And, you know, and I think this was last night. This was not, I don't mean 2 nights ago. Firing amongst the Iranian citizens. That was 2 nights ago. Because I remember seeing that. People are just reposting. There was another rumor that Reza Pahlavi, I don't want to mispronounce his name, was going to be heading to France soon. Now, again, that was a rumor. I cannot confirm that. But there were so many people out there, all across the country. Yeah, that was crazy. I can't show that because that was too cray-cray. It's too bad that I can't find all the posts that I sent to Goldie today. I was sending her left and right. It was wild. Here's a video you should watch right here. Check this out. Look at this. They were banging and saying, Iran, Iran. Look at this. That's unbelievable. Look at all the people out there. And look how they're setting things on fire. And again, the only way this is coming out is because of Elon Musk with Starlink. So thanks to Elon doing that for the Iranian people. And then the Iranian leaders did say that, say protesters are vandals trying to please Trump. No, they're not trying to please Trump. They're trying to take you out. He's helping them. Like the people are going to listen to that bullshit? Really? Oh, he's telling in a speech, they're just trying to please Trump. No, they're coming after you, you fucking dumbass. Excuse my language. I didn't mean to curse. But it gets me so, like, are you pathetic? Are you that pathetic? You think that shit's going to work? It's done. You're done. And he's got hundreds of billions of dollars accumulated. That's what Goldie had said yesterday. And they got their people on. You know, they got a lot of propaganda out there. I see it. I'm not even going to go there. Coming out from you know, there was another report that he resigned. I don't know if that's true. I don't that this is somebody else is now reposting it. I don't know if this is true. This was earlier today that the president of Iran resigned. I don't know if this is true, but this has been going around too today. Well, actually tonight, that he resigned. You got to take all this with a grain of salt. Because who knows what the heck is really going on. But I got to look at, not necessarily the latest, because the videos were just pouring out of the country. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable. Some of the videos I seen were like a mosque on fire. It was unbelievable. And yes, some graphic stuff that I will not show. Oh, like that one. And I don't have the blurred out capability. But not good. There's people on the ground and then unalived. Horrible. Horrible. But the mass crowds everywhere. Here's that video of the mosque. Let me share. It's only 8 minutes. Check this out. Look at that. Wow. Wow. See, I was saying that earlier. They were banging and they're saying Iran. But look at that. On fire. A mosque. Now, I saw another report that the IRGC took him somewhere in the desert. The supreme leader. Who knows what's going on from that point. I heard another report that Russia doesn't want him. These, again, I cannot confirm them. This is all the rumors that were going on tonight. So many. I mean, it's hard to put a finger on any of this because you don't know. Look at all these people. Look at this. This was a big video that was circulating. Look at that. No, they didn't capture him, no. I said the IRGC, the Revolutionary Guard Corps, took him to the desert for protection. Not captured. No. They're trying to protect him. And I don't know where his whereabouts is now. But that was another report that was coming out. Parliament, individuals are trying to flee to France. Like I said, there's a lot going on. This is a great site that I follow. Nufti. Let's see what if they posted it. We can't put that. It's graphic. Ugh, I cannot put that. This is posted how long ago? 5 hours ago. And the main chant going on, well, there's a few. I can't say it, I'm on TikTok, but unalive to Khomeini. This is the final battle. Pahlavi will return. There's a lot of different chants going on, but that's a big one. And that video we just saw, someone doing the spray paint graffiti, long live the Shah, the king. Long live the king. That's what he was writing. And all the people were, you saw all the people. That's what he was writing. This is... See? And you know what's sad? First of all, I don't know if anybody has been watching mainstream media, because I have not. Are they talking about what's going on in Iran at all? Are they? I bet you not much, because everything else is on what else, you know, the things that are going on in this country, obviously. But my gosh, this is incredible what's going on in Iran. I'm going to be paying attention to this, because I think something's happening this weekend. By Sunday afternoon, our time, for sure. I really think something's going down this weekend. I may be wrong. They're not talking about it. Well, they will be soon. And, oh, this is what I was going to say. This is not a political thing for me. If Iran reclaims its freedom and becomes a democracy, and I think their New Year is March 20th, could you imagine the celebration for their New Year, and the regime has fallen, and the Shah has returned? And who would be a major player in this? Who plays the major role in this, possibly? The president. I don't care what you think about President Trump, whether you like or dislike him, but he's going down as one of the greatest presidents in history. Because this changes not just Iran, it changes the whole thing in the whole region. This would be incredible for the Middle East. Definitely peace is going to be reestablished with Israel. You can bet on that, because they're friends. Netanyahu and the Crown Prince are friends. They are definitely going to reestablish peace. They're definitely going to establish a friendship with us. The president is backing them. The proxies are done. Done. Whatever's left of them, they're done. It's over for Hezbollah, Houthis, Hamas, the ones that are in Iraq, because they're going over. Can you believe that Iran brought in people from Iraq, Hezbollah, and others to try to help quell the protesters? Can you, I don't want to curse again. Can you believe that? Yeah, you could believe it, because they support their proxies. This is huge. Not just for the Iranian people, which is most important, but for the whole region. And also how it affects China and Russia. This is a big deal. This changes everything. If it happens, it changes everything. Geopolitically, it changes everything in the Middle East. In my opinion. And I think a lot of people would agree. I mean, there were so many people out there last night in Iran. So many. They were tearing down the cameras. There were so many people out there. It was something to watch and see. Really. And that's what they were saying. Long live the king. Look. Look at all the people. And this is in the capital. This is in Tehran. This is in the freaking city. Now, the scary part is we don't know how bad things are as far as the violence against them. I pray for these people because God only knows what's going on. Oh my God. So it says here, since this is just what somebody's saying, I don't know if it's true. This is an eyewitness saying this. I do not, in Iran. On Thursday night, the crowd was very large. The IRGC fired directly. The people didn't back down and attacked them, their vehicles, and their official residences. Yes, they were burning them. They were doing everything. Since Friday morning, they're driving around the city with loudspeakers, threatening that if you come out, you will be unalived. But the people came out again. In bigger numbers. I'm adding that part. Wow. Wow. What is going on in this video? A lot of fire. Somebody's driving and they see this. When was this posted? This was tonight, well, last night in Iran.
کلاهدوز شیراز 19.
And the thing is, people of all ages are participating. It's the entire country. And I hope they don't keep spinning this, and I don't want to say it because I'm on TikTok, but the mainstream media is making this about the economy. This is more than the economy. They want the regime gone. Period. They want the return of their king. Reza Pahlavi, or Pahlavi, however you say it. They want him back. This has become bigger. They're putting makeshift signs, President Donald Trump Street signs, pleading for the president to help them. This is big. They know it. This is different. This is different. I mean, and that's what it's everywhere. They're all saying the same thing. Long live the king. Look at this. All over. Long live the king. They want the king back. And this isn't Mashhad. This isn't Tehran. This is another city. This is happening all over the country. Look at all those people. Look at that. As far as the eye can see. So this is what's happening in Iran. Across the entire country. This is huge. And the sad part is if the regime manages to hang on, a lot of people are going to suffer from it. They're going to take it out on anybody they can identify as protesters. And you know what's going to happen to them. It's not going to go over well. So something's got to get done here. Something's got to happen. We have to. I'm the president. We're going to help them. And this is another in Western Iran. This is another video Let me see if I can enlarge it. For some reason, this one's having a little issue. Last night again. Massive crowd. Look at the size of that crowd in Western Tehran. Massive. I mean, think of all those people out there. And they're chanting down, unalive to the dictator and to Khomeini and long live the king. All that. This is what's going on. Now, can you only imagine what we're not seeing? The brutality. Because, as I said, I saw a report that was not good. Really. And there's so many videos like this. So many. From so many different places. I mean, here's another one from Tehran. They gotta blur out their images because they use AI to try to identify them. So they're doing the right thing here by blocking them out. Protect their identities. All over Tehran, everywhere. All over. And that's their capital. What is it? I think there are 30 million people that live in Tehran. What is it, Mom? I'm a little busy right now.
No, I just wanted to tell you something.
What is it?
I'm putting because the Jewish people they have in the station.
Okay, Ma. Okay, I'm live. Yes?
What happened?
What?
So I'm laying in the bed and going along with it. And did you know the light went off?
I didn't do it.
No?
I didn't do it.
Oh my God. And then,
Look at this one. This one raises the Crown Prince's picture in Tehran. They're banging on trash cans, everything. Look at this. That's incredible. And like I said, this is not an isolated incident. This is happening all over the country. All over. I am praying for these people. They just want to be free. They want to live in a democracy. Do you know that they can't even listen to music? It is so bad how they live in Iran. Do you know, and people may not realize this, in Iran, 9/11, the Iranian people were having vigils, lighting candles and prayers for the people in New York and in everywhere, Pennsylvania, D.C., they were praying. Look it up. It's the regime. It's not the people. I mean, really. And like I said, most of the videos are very similar. I'm not going to just keep rehashing them because it's showing all the different... What is that? I got to hear this one. Look at that. I just pray for these people that the regime isn't using lethal force. They're all saying, long live the king. All that. Wow. Around the entire country. And like I said, this goes on and on. The only thing is, what's going on right now? This is scary. This is scary. Wow.
حرومزاده آشغال حرومزاده
People running. Whoa! Whoa. Those are heavy explosions. Look at the people running. You can hear the gunfire. I hope the president is seeing this.
آشغال حرومزاده
Jesus. Oh my God. Wow. I think that pretty much says it all. We can't imagine. It is 8:30 a.m.-ish in Tehran right now in the morning. Alexa, what time is it in Tehran? 8:35 a.m. Alexa, what time is it in Tehran, Iran?
It's 8:36 a.m. in Tehran, Iran.
I was right. It's 8.5 hours ahead of me. So again, this is what's going on. I showed you a bunch of clips. It's pretty much redundant to keep playing all of them because there's so many that look just like those. So many. It's just that it's what we don't see right now that I'm really concerned about with those people. What is that? Okay, that's just another plane leaving Tehran. Let me see if there's anything else going on flight radar. There was that stratotanker that disappeared earlier, about a half hour or so ago. Let's zoom out a little bit. And it disappeared over central Iraq, right about there. I'm just seeing if it popped up at all. See, they got the labels on the planes. You could see them. You would see the U.S. Air Force emblem. I'm not seeing anything. Also got to watch if anything. They're not going to get involved. But I also watched the Royal Air Force Base here. And definitely the place to watch on flight radar is here. Qatar or Qatar. This is where the base is. Right there. That's it. This air base, that's what we use. Right there. That's the air base. That's the one you want to be keeping an eye out. Flights coming out of here. U.S. Air Force. That's the one I've been watching. But right now, I'm not seeing anything. But that doesn't mean transponders are off. But still, I've been keeping an eye on it. Because this is the flight path they've been taking. It's daylight, so I am not expecting to see much. Another thing just to keep an eye on is how much air traffic is going on over Iraq, eastern Iraq, bordering with Iran. If this air traffic drops, you know something's going on, because they're going to get all these planes out of the way. They're going to get them out of harm's way. But there's still a lot of air traffic going on. So that, and it's daylight. Tonight might be a different story. And when I say tonight, local time. So like I said, by noon, 1, 2 Eastern tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to be keeping a close eye on this. Because it'll be nighttime, Saturday night in Iran. And I honestly think the president's not waiting till Monday. He's not waiting till Monday. I have a feeling something's going to happen in the next 48 hours. I could be wrong. But there's been a lot of movement of assets going into the area. A lot. So we'll just have to wait and see. Another thing you always got to watch is the Persian Gulf. You never know. Would Iran try to do something here? Or the Red Sea? Another thing to keep an eye. It is so many things you got to just keep an eye on. You would think you might see some patrolling, especially right here at this point. This is the tight point in the Persian Gulf. This is the one that they would do a blockade. The Iranians would try to do a blockade because it's, look how small of an area that is. That is the area to watch. It would make sense to do a blockade. It'd be the easiest way. Sink ships, block it. That kind of deal. So you got to watch. What's the activity here? And remember, this is a big deal. That's our base. Well, it's not just our base. It's used by other. But see? U.S. Look at the landings. See that? So that is something to keep an eye on. Traffic, especially going out and coming in, but definitely going out. What is that? There is no information on that at all. But I'm not seeing anything as of right now. But there was about an hour ago a tanker, a strata tanker, and it went off. The transponder disappeared right about here. And then it was gone, but it was there. But then it was gone. So there's a strata tanker, a U.S. strata tanker flying around in that area right now. A refueler. So you never know what the heck is going on. But there is definitely stuff going on. But it's like I say it, I'll say it one more time. It is daylight. Nothing's going to happen in daylight. I don't think it would happen at night. And I seen a few planes leaving Tehran with the NA not available where it was going. And then as soon as they took off, they disappeared. They turned their transponders off. Okay, this one is arriving. That one just landed. Nothing else. I don't see anything else. Is anything else coming into Iran? I don't think these are. No. Is anything coming from the eastern part of the country? There's Mashhad. I don't know what the hell that is. It sure is not going there. I don't see other planes heading toward Tehran. Where's this one? Nope. I don't think so. I don't think so. It's 8:30 in the morning. Where are these? That's Iranian. Where's that going? Not available. Bullshit. It's Iranian. That's BS. Another one that left Tehran. What about this one? Baghdad to Moscow. So, okay, so these two left Tehran. Bullshit. But there's nothing else. That looked weird for a second. I was like, what is that? They're just overlapping. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. They're kind of close. Air India. And another. The hell is that? It just be glitching. Yeah. So yeah, not much activity going in and out of Tehran right now. Can only imagine what's going on there if they're closing their airport down. And I'll say it again, if you see the air traffic here cease, you know shit's about to hit the fan. Because they're going to get civilian planes out of the way. But again, it's daytime now there. It's morning. I don't foresee anything happening. Not now. In about 12 hours, might be a different story. I'm really curious what happened to that stratotanker because it turned off its transponder. It could be anywhere. It could just pop up on the screen anywhere, literally, if it turns it back on. But where did it go? That's the thing. Where did it go? Nothing, no activity. Nothing coming out of the base. The US base here. See? You would see those markings. There's nothing on the map right now. That doesn't mean they're not there. It's just there. I'm not seeing anything right now. So, since I'm still not feeling great, computer crash. What's up, Oreo? I'm gonna rest because I was watching Tousi and Goldie all day. There's still air traffic there. Serious quiet. What is that? Jordan. Yeah, I'm not seeing much. I seen a little activity the other day. I don't know if they did anything because I didn't see it publicly. Coming out of RAF. There was no news of anything happening, so because I saw 2 typhoons and their refueler, but I didn't see anything on the news that they hit targets in Syria again. That was a couple days ago. But again, a major area to watch is this activity in this base. That's a major place to watch. Yes. But where are those carriers? Where is the Roosevelt? Where is the Lincoln? Where are they right now? I'm sure when I have no idea. I didn't even think of looking it up where they are right now. We know where the Ford is. But the other ones that were in that area were the Lincoln and the Roosevelt. I mean, I can look it up, but I mean, obviously. I don't know, Dusty. I don't know. That carrier is not leaving there. Not with the Venezuelan situation. There's no way. That carrier is staying there for a minute. The Ford carrier group, that's not going anywhere. Not right now. But where are the others? That's the question. I honestly don't know, Dusty. But like I said, personally, after all the stuff that's been going on, especially the last 2 nights in Iran, and the president reiterating his warning again tonight, but they'll get hit very hard. And he said, no boots on the ground, but they will get hit very hard. He said it again, technically now, last night. He said it again. Like I said, I'll be shocked if nothing happens by Monday in Iran by us. I'll be shocked. I will be shocked. I think it's going to happen. But as I said, it's approaching 9 a.m. in Tehran. It's not going to happen in the daytime. It'll happen tonight or tomorrow night, which is my time Eastern tomorrow afternoon early or Sunday afternoon early. Or it could be later on, depends on what time they do it. If it's midnight, local time, that would be like 3:30 in the afternoon here. They're 8.5 hours ahead of me, Eastern, in Tehran. So you just calculate that. If they hit them at 12:01 in the morning, that's like 3:30, 4:30 in the afternoon here. So I'm going to be paying attention tomorrow afternoon and Sunday afternoon. Because I honestly think we got to, if reports come out, because thanks to Elon Musk, Starlinks are free and running, whoever's got it in Iran, we're definitely going to see images coming out, and they may not be good. I already saw one video from a hospital where there was unalived people, and that report had said that 217 people last night were unalived. I think it was in 6 hospitals in Tehran, the total of 217. That's just Tehran. That's not what's going on across the whole country. Can you only imagine how many people possibly could be unalived right now in Iran? The last 2 nights. It could be over 1,000. We don't know. And that's why I said if the president finds out that they did that, mass numbers like that, has anybody known the president to go back on his word when he says something like this? Would you doubt what he's saying right now? If you're Iran, are you going to play that game with the president and think he's bluffing? Really? You're willing to risk that? You better go find the deepest bunker or get the hell out, because he's coming. The president is coming. And I'm telling you, do you know what's, you want to hear something cray-cray? Right now, President Trump is more popular in Iran than he is in this country. Think about that. I think there's like 80 million people in Iran. How many of them do you think are supporting the president right now to do something and help them? How many? How many people in Iran do you think are seeking our president's help? What do you think, if there was a poll, his favorability would be in Iran right now? They're pleading for him to help because he said that he would. I'm not saying that just to bring, I mean, really, if you think about it. I mean, I wouldn't doubt that they enshrine the president in Iran as helping the cause to bring democracy back to Iran. I wouldn't doubt it. I definitely wouldn't doubt it seeing, I don't doubt this at all, seeing the president and Reza Pahlavi, if this happens and he returns as the king, seeing posters, big billboards of the president and him embracing, shaking hands, or whatever it is, hands up in the air together all over Iran. I would not doubt that at all. Would you? And again, this isn't a political thing, whether you dislike him or like him. I think that's a fact, that would happen, regardless of what your political opinion is of him. He's going down as one of the greatest presidents in history. If the regime falls, democracy returns to Iran, and the president has a hand in it. And not just, like I said, in Iran, the whole region. It's going to change everything in the Middle East. It literally is. Peace between Israel and Iran. It's going to happen. Look it up. Look up Netanyahu's relationship with the Crown Prince. Look it up. They've met numerous times. They socialize together. They are friends, literally. They get along. It would happen so fast. Peace, declaring peace with Israel. No more war with Israel. Creating a relationship, which they did in the past, with Israel. Wow. That is huge. Now, let's just see what happens. I'm speculating, I'm hypothesizing, but it could happen. There's actually a high probability that it will. If it's successful, this is always risk. But after 6 months ago, I think the chances are pretty high that it's going to be successful. You never underestimate. You never, you always got to be prepared and cautious, and you do. But I think there's a pretty good chance. And God bless our troops. There's no doubt about that. In harm's way, even if they're not in harm's way, in service to our country, period. Thank God to all of them and their families. All of them. Past and present. Veterans as well. And those who have lost their life for this country. So there's a lot going on, to say the least. Yes, well, the Iranians, like I just said, I would say it's 80 to 90% of Iranians support President Trump right now. I'm not exaggerating when I say that high number. I mean, you could see it. They're writing on the walls. They're putting up signs. Donald J. Trump Street. President Trump Street. Signs, handmade. Please, Mr. President Trump, help us. I've seen it. I've seen it. The videos. I'm like, wow. And like I just mentioned a few minutes ago, this is not a matter of disliking our president or liking him. If he helps them and they regain control of that country and it becomes a democracy again, I don't care what anybody says. The president goes down in history as one of the greatest to reestablish peace, stability, and democracy in Iran. Period. End of story. Done. People may not like it, people may love it, but it's about the people of Iran. In oppression under a regime like that, the cruelty for 47 freaking years. Oh my gosh. Well, Venezuela's not exactly the same right now because Venezuela still has their regime in place. It's a puppet regime, but it's still in place. The only person that's removed from the Venezuelan equation is Maduro. But his hand-picked vice president is now the president. The other people that were there are still there. The paramilitary groups are running rampant on the streets of Venezuela, quelling any people from celebrating about the Maduro thing. So has things really changed in Venezuela? Not really. Not really. This would be a total regime collapse in Iran. Different story. And also the removal of the IRGC. This is totally different. I mean, look at the protests on the street. Did you see that? From time to time they would quell it though. That's why you haven't seen much celebrating coming from Venezuela anymore. They have paramilitary groups patrolling the streets to prevent people from celebrating. So what does that tell you? How much has changed in Venezuela? Not much. Even though behind the scenes they may be bending and abiding to the administration here and the president, but on the streets in Venezuela, because I've seen it on I don't know, Chantal, if you watch the Spanish channels, people are so happy Maduro's gone, but they're not happy about what's going on right now. Because they're saying shit hasn't changed for them. Really. You know what? So that is different. Despite what we all might think, but hearing it directly from the people, like we're seeing what the people in Iran are saying and doing and chanting. That's what matters. What's happening on the ground. You know what I mean? Really, what's going on. And, you know, a lot of the Spanish channels have been talking to people in Venezuela. They're even afraid to talk. That's not good. So, and yes, they have. Again, it's so easy to say they have to step up and make the change. It's not like our Second Amendment where we have, 300 million, 350 million weapons in the United States? How many weapons do you think these people have to oppress a regime like that? They're not armed like that to fight resistance. They should learn about our Second Amendment. They should learn And this is why it's important, people, to have that Second Amendment right. I'm just saying. Because if they had it, right now they wouldn't be throwing rocks in Iran. Yeah, it might be a totally different story now. But that's just the way it is. Yeah, because now they fear their own regime. The Venezuelan thing is more complicated. But maybe not. We have to see how that plays out. Gonzalez, see, the right thing would have done to get the support of the people, which, you know, it was impulsive. They didn't think it out properly. You don't make the vice president. If Maduro is illegitimate and he picks his vice president, does that not make her illegitimate as well? Gonzalez, who they say was legitimately elected, it would have been a lot easier and better to say, we are for democracy in Venezuela and we support Gonzalez. But if he does that, the easy way was to make the vice president the president. Otherwise, you could have complete civil war in Venezuela. So there's a lot of ways to look at this. It's not that simple. But that would have been the way to go if you're talking about bringing democracy to Venezuela and back Gonzalez, who the people they say was elected legitimately against Maduro. But again, now you have to, what they're trying to do is create a stable situation there. And they took the easiest path to make it stable that way. And then just deal with pressure campaign on her, the current interim president, and make her, you know, bend at our will and do what we say. Or you're going to get hit and you're next. That's the way what's going on right now. That's exactly what's going on. So, you know, but the Iran thing, that is incredible. It's just incredible to watch what's going on. The fires everywhere. The country's on fire. People are coming out in the millions across the country. Millions. It's incredible. It kind of weirdly reminds me of the fall of the Berlin Wall in East-West Germany. It almost, not quite, but it's like that moment when the regime falls. It has that feel to it, like something big is coming. You know? No, that is true. You don't necessarily need guns. It's the power of the people and coming out in mass numbers. But at the same time, it may not be successful if the IRGC has its way and they start slaughtering the people and try to quell this. That's what people are worried about right now, a massacre on the streets in Iran. That's what people are worried about. So we have to see what happens. I personally think the president is going to take action. I do. I definitely do. It's like, give me a reason. And there's plenty of evidence now that multiple people have become unalived in Iran now. I've seen the videos. Allegedly. Again, you got to question the credibility. But boy, oh boy, if true, it is horrific. What's going on in Iran? Horrific. I guess time will tell, right? Anyway, I'm going to get off because I'm still feeling sick, and I'm actually feeling sick again. Like I have the flu still. And I don't want to start coughing. I'm starting to feel better. I'm tired. But I've been sick the last few days. That's why I haven't been on. And I'm starting to feel sick right now. Which means I need to do something I rarely do, and that's called rest. But I will be back tomorrow. And I'll be paying attention to everything that's going on. If something breaks, I'm coming on. So, love to all of you. Dusty, Chantal, Bob, Mike, or anyone on TikTok and Rumble, Lur, and the Book of the Face. I'm going to go to bed because I all of a sudden do not feel well. It comes and goes like that. It's like feeling weak and not good. Anyway, love to all of you. Be well, be blessed, be safe. And I'll see everybody tomorrow or later today. Till then,